What is up, nerds? I'm back. Before I get started, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody. A couple weeks ago, I think I had like 14 subscribers, and now I'm getting closer to 100, which I don't know. I didn't anticipate that happening. I was mostly making these videos just because I thought it was pretty cool, and it seems like it's actually helping out a lot of people. So that's been really cool. It's been very enjoyable. So I want to go over a bunch of the comments that you guys have been having, just because I haven't really been able to address most of them. So I'm just gonna go down this list for some of these comments, and we'll go over some of the questions you guys have. Also, we'll go over some of the stuff. We'll actually start there. In previous videos, the way that I was, if I was in a computer but with the wrong user, I was basically hacking into other computers to find user accounts and then reverse shelling and then grabbing from inside of a shell, which is like crazy. Now that people are mentioning it, it's actually a very good point. There is no reason there's no reason to do all that work. I mean, because you could literally, for whatever it is, if you have the administrator password already, you could just do like we'll just do this random IP, and we'll do who is the public, right? Here's the email address of the administrator. So if you have, or if you need user credentials, you do not necessarily have to hack all the way in and find like a host computer that has more than one user, blah blah blah. You don't have to do all that. Just become the administrator, and the only thing you have to know is that user's credentials. So first of all, that was, yeah, I really appreciate those comments. Let's see. Captain Deadpool 1989, can you do a video to show how to stop tracers in single player, please? Sure. This is pretty simple. This is called Admin Monitor. When you're first getting into the game, and you just go to the regular shop. I think it's at the regular shop. It might be at the hack shop. We'll check. Let's see. It's not. Okay, so the regular shop, you can get Nmap, an HTTP server, SSH server, all the server stuff. You can also get your Bitcoin wallet, but I don't think Bitcoin works right now. Okay, so I take that back. We actually need to go to... We need to go to a hack shop. And there it is, very first thing. So, if you're in your home computer, so see how it costs money? Well, if you have that repo added beforehand, you could just do an apt get install admin monitor.exe. Right, so now I have that downloaded. And actually, just in case, the way that you would do this is you would do an apt get add repo, and then you would add the public here, right? Now this is probably gonna complain. Yeah, so it's already there. But once you add your Hackshop repo there, then anything in this list, any of this stuff, this applies to any repo in GreyHack, and then you do an apt get install, and you list off any of these things. Like if I wanted sniffer, I would just do sniffer. Right? Easy, super easy. And then once you have that downloaded, assuming it's in the right place, all you gotta do is just type admin monitor.exe, right? And it'll bring up this little window. And you basically just keep this window open. There's basically two things that happen. You'll get a notification if an admin has logged in but is not currently tracking you. They'll let you know that an admin's online. And then the other one basically gives you a warning and says, hey, there's an admin tracking you right now. And it'll give you like a timer. and the timer will run down. And if you hit the end of the timer, then you'll get in trouble or whatever. So hopefully that helps. Obviously, if you still don't understand, just leave a comment in this video. Yeah, we'll go over it. Harui Uchiha, sorry. I want to ask how you hack banks in this game and get the money. It looks like someone's already responded, but yeah, you can't hack banks right now as far as I know. Daniel Rye. What do you do if every open port, the root is always a computer? So a computer object is a perfectly reasonable way to get whatever you need. In my opinion, if you have a root computer, the very first thing that I do is a cat-etc/password. Always. So basically what a computer object means is that you don't have shell, so you don't have all of your available commands, but you can basically see and touch everything. You don't have all your shell commands, right? So if you have a root computer, you should have all the pieces you need to properly get a shell, either by cat-/etc/password, and then that'll pop out a password for you. The other one would to be grab mail, right? Now mine's because I don't have any of my stuff locked, but you can do grab mail. You can also just do grab all, right? Let's actually look at the grab help. So you can do bank, mail, all, right? So the grabs and the concatenate cat, those two, if you're a root computer, one of those two should be money for you. Okay, Concor00. If you can do a video on how to get a 1.16 kernel router, that would be amazing. Currently going around in circles. Sure. You know, this one I actually have not covered yet at all. The find lib. So if you're looking for a library, it's super easy. If you're launching in Viper, let's look at the find lib help. So we go find lib help. This command will scan GreyHack for a library where lib is the library and version is the version. So let's use his as an example. He wants 1.16 kernel router. So we could do a find lib and we'll do kernel router 1.16 and it's scanning. Boom, IP found, right? So now if I wanted to, I could nmat this, right? Kernel router 1.16. So let's try to go all the way real quick. I'm hacking from my home machine. That's probably not a good idea. This thing may get nuked, so we can't go in that way. Okay. Well, we did one bad exploit scan, but we can do the public and 80. Let's see what we get. Okay, so let's try this really quick. Let's do a use one cat/etc/password. There it is. Okay, right. So I'm not going to do the rest of this process, but from here, now you have root, right? So if you can do, look, boom, guest shell. So get in as guest, elevate to root, and then you can hit the router. And then when you're in the router, you just do a git, right? The git command. It'll download a file where remote path is the path to the file or directory. Destination path is the path to the directory or file to put the file. So right, so we do like a git /lib/kernel module, right? And then you do put it in then your home directory, right? So like /lib, right? And that syntax may not be correct. Oh, because it's not, the kernel module is not on this device. But yeah, so that's how you would get that. If you have any other questions on that, let me know. Comment on this video. We can go over all this stuff. Again, I'm nobody, so I should be able to mostly be able to answer all your questions. 112 David L. How do you get the green and red text for the game? So that's going to be in the preferences. And if you look at appearances, right, here's all your stuff. Now you may need to, if you've already done a secure dash home, you may need to change some settings around or do some CH mods to allow you to save this, because I know once you secure it, it can be difficult to save this stuff. But again, if you have any issues with that, let me know. Daniel Rye, can you do a video showing how to disable a firewall? Sure. This is going to be kind of a hard one to demonstrate. Let me see. So through Viper, you pretty much just exploit scan, and it'll tell you, if you go look back at the logs of your targets, it'll say firewall disabled. But if you have a firewall, it's going to be a kernel module of some type. I think this might not be right, but we're going to try it real quick just to try and give a good example here. There we go. So starting attack success, accessing firewall config, firewall disabled. So through Viper, that's all you need to do. If you're not in Viper, let's so if we nmap that public, and it's on version 991. 991. Right? Here. Change all firewall entries to allowed. Remote use, right? And then here is the stuff that you need. So essentially what's happening here is the same thing. I think this is very important to understand. That what Viper is doing is basically what I just did, just a lot faster, right? So it's lining up the object with a possible variable based on the library version, and then it basically pushes that. So, and I remember someone mentioning this before. So like, they're like basically saying, well, hey, what if you don't have Viper? It's pretty much the same thing. Like, you download one of these, you run it with its parameters, right? So let's see. Oh, it's I don't know why I'm doing that. Yeah, I'll just buy it real quick. Oh, you know what? Because I gotta do this. Yeah, I haven't done this. I haven't done any stuff without Viper in a while, but we'll do that. We'll do it real quick. This computer's probably gonna get nuked because of what I did earlier. Anyways, so what was it? 9.9.1 of kernel. Now, also keep in mind that even though that said like access denied or whatever, it still charged me, right? So if you don't click this, right, it's still doing the thing, you know. Let's go to Okay, so let's just let's see. Let me. Screw it. I don't care. This computer's probably gonna get nuked anyways. So let's go cd/bin fs ls. Let's just see what happens when we just paste it. Right? So you paste, and then you want the IP. Boom. Firewall disabled. It's the same. It's literally the same thing. This just takes a little bit longer because you got to download the file and then launch it and all that stuff. So hopefully that helps. That's how you disable firewall stuff. Typically, if you're in a network and there's a secondary firewall, you probably need to launch another instance from somewhere inside the network and try your attack again. If you're outside the network trying to crack an internal firewall, it's probably not going to work. Yeah, I think that's about it. Again, I just want to say thanks. It's been pretty cool. It seems like there's been a bunch of these people that have been playing the game, and it definitely it pumps me up when I see all you guys getting this stuff down. So if you guys need anything else, or you have more questions for me, just leave them in this video and we'll keep going over it. Again, my upload times may be sporadic, but I'll try to get to them when I can. Anyways, peace.